Never mind.
Oh, a little background music is good. So when you hit the table, it's going to shake a little bit.
Okay.
So first I have to ask you, who am I speaking to? What's your name, sir?
My name is Amos Lotan. I'm the head of the regional tourist organization, doing tourism for the past 30 years, government level, regional level, national level. That's it.
So you've seen a lot of growth in the past 30 years.
I did.
What did it start out as your job? How was it 30 years ago?
Depends where. Tsfat was very much different than what it is today. As a matter of fact, I'm dealing with Tsfat tourism since 1978, which is over 30 years. And Tsfat was then the capital of the gallery tourism, the coolest city in Israel in terms of weather. Not too many air conditioners were in hotels or places like this, so practically people used to come here to chill down. Tsfat used to work sort of 100 days a year, but during those 100 days, most of the more important artists, performers in Israel used to live here, but they used to have here like summer houses.
Any artists in particular?
You name it, all the big painters, sculptors, all of them, the biggest in Israel. And performer artists like Shoshana Damari, Yafa Yarkoni. I don't know if you know the names, but they used to be the biggest singers in Israel. And they used to work here every summer and holidays. So it used to be the place to be during summertime and the holidays and Passover.
And today it's not so
It's
different.
all stopped. It's the late 70s once for several reasons. First of all, they started to build hotels, which has air conditions, and they were 5-star hotels, and they charged the same prices as the people charge here for very low facilities, hotels with no air conditioning. Yeah, and the owners of the hotels here, which practically were private owners, didn't invest neither in the facilities nor in advertisement. So they have to compete with much stronger powers than they had. So little by little it disappeared, and then came the crash. I don't know if you remember, in the mid-70s there was a crisis of energy, world crisis in energy.
This was before 73?
No, like 74, 75. And the prices of the international transportation, like airplanes, jumped rockets. And so tourists stopped coming to Israel, like it cut to 50% the incoming tourism. And so the hotels that were very new, like the 5-star hotel like Sheraton Jerusalem, the Tiberius, all of them that were brand new but have to pay their debts, had to sell for any price. So they sold much cheaper, half-board, much cheaper than bed and breakfast here in Tsfat. So the groups from Germany, from Holland, went to Tiberius, where they got in a 5-star hotel much cheaper prices than they got here. So that's how it started. Once something starts to go downhill, nothing stopped it. It's like a snowball. It becomes bigger and bigger. In that case, the tourism shrank. It became smaller and smaller. Let's carry on. So you want to know about the crisis. The crisis really changed things, because one after the other, all the old hotels closed, one after the other, and they kept remaining closed for 15, 20 years, some of them. Few hotels were opened, renewed the old ones, but only few. Still, till today, you can find empty hotels.
Yeah, I see on Rehov Yerushalayim.
Rehov Yerushalayim. Okay, what you saw in Rehov Yerushalayim are part of the old hotels that were, small hotels, family hotels. Once you're working only by yourself and your family, it's okay if you work 100 days a year. It's enough. You can live on that nicely. But once you have to employ employees, and you have to feed them all over the year, and the expectations are changed, and the habits are changed, and the demands of your customers is changed. Everything is changed. So they're still closed, or most of them, the small ones. Not only here in town, uphill. Uphill they started spa hotels. It became
uphill in Tsfat, or
yeah, in Tsfat, in Canaan Mountain. Very popular, very expensive, and they do very well. They keep a very high rate of people coming, and like 70-75% average occupancy, which is high, especially according to the rates they're charging. So it starts to peak.
This is in the 80s also?
No. This happens the last 5, 6, 7 years. Okay.
The 80s and the 90s?
From the 80s till about early 2000, the early of the 2000, nothing. It was a disaster. Now, for example, at the 50s, 60s, 70s, during summertime, you couldn't find an empty room in Tsfat. Now, every family that had like 3-4 rooms at home used to live in 2 rooms and rent 2 rooms. And it was like unbelievable. You could see people standing in the central bus station. Most of the people used to come by bus, not by private cars. And they used to carry the bags to private rooms. People didn't know where you have private rooms, but the people who carried the portage used to carry them and take them to places they knew. They used to get a little bit of a tip here, a little bit of a tip there, and that's how everybody lived 100 days a week, 100 days a year. But that disappeared in the late 70s. It all stopped, and stagnation was complete stagnation in tourism. Even the galleries were closed. Now the artists became old. They used to come every year for 3-4 months, and then they used to live in the center, in Tel Aviv, Netanya, places like this. But during the 3-4 months they used to be here, they used to have their own studios. So people used to come to their private homes, studios. It was part of, being close to the artists, famous artists. Now they became old, they stopped coming to Tsfat. And they stopped coming to Tsfat because customers didn't come. So it's a chicken and egg, practically. So it's all stopped for 15-20 years. It started to pick up maybe 6, 7, 8 years ago. Now after the big boom. So, the people who came from the late Soviet Union, many artists came from the late Soviet Union.
You have immigration here in Tsfat, Russians and Ethiopians.
Many. We had them. The Ethiopians came in the 80s.